Hi everyone, I know it's been a while. If you're new here, I'm a big Lakers fan, so obviously I haven't made a video in the past few days, actually probably a week since the last game we had. Been processing a lot of emotions and thoughts, and then on top of it I had to work. So it's disappointing in this series because obviously this championship team we went against, it was not going to be an easy series. We knew that going into it. And they are the championship team for a reason. So the disappointing part about this season is where we ended up in the standings, especially considering after the second half of the season, we started to win more games than lose. And like I said, lineups had everything to do with it. The constant rotations the whole season was frustrating because I feel like as a team that we were before that, we made it to the Western Conference, and to make all these changes when you didn't really need to, you had all the recipe right there, and just to still try to mess with it was devastating for us because this is where we ended up in the series, so in the standings. So obviously we knew going into this series this was not going to be an easy game, not an easy matchup. They are the championship team. However, we did give them a hell of a fight. So I think it was the last time I saw, and I don't quote me for this, but I think it was 150 minutes we were up in the series. So for the moment of time that we played, 150 minutes, the Lakers had the lead. Whereas in comparison to the Nuggets, who had 50 minutes, which is insanity. So clearly this team that we have currently at this point has proven itself that we could compete, that we could beat this team. However, towards the end, and everybody knows as the series continue to go each game, the fourth quarter was devastating, the second half was devastating. We could never keep the lead that we had when we went into the first half. So the best part about this season is probably the fact that I feel that our owner has realized that the coach has been the problem. And while I don't agree with everybody getting removed from the coaching staff, I do understand the reasoning, because if you're going to bring in a new head coach, you want them to be able to choose who they want on their coaching staff. So obviously a lot of people are upset with the assistant coach Handy losing his job, and I can see that as well, because I feel like the players for the most part always gravitated to him. And when we were playing against the series in every game, they just respected him, and it shows more that this team had so much opportunity, and I feel like our owner kind of waited too long to kind of basically see that. So I think the most frustrating part is, like I said, the fact that we had the lead a majority of the time, and there's no excuse at this point. Like I said, you made all these changes for the first half of the season when you really didn't need to. This team was a Western Conference team at that point, playoff. It was frustrating. As a fan, it was frustrating. It is what it is. Obviously, Coach Ham is no longer here, so that's really exciting in the sense of we have the opportunity to get a better coach. Like I said, those last half of the series proved that we could compete with this team. So obviously, do I think that we need to get rid of all our players? Absolutely not. I think you get a good coaching staff and good people to kind of get this team riled up and get into the direction where someone knows what they're doing and knows how to coach them appropriately. And even with the same lineup, which I don't think a lot of people will agree, if you make no changes to this roster, this team can make it again to the playoffs, and if not, win the complete be a championship team. So I know that's a lot of people that don't agree. People don't like D'Lo, which I love D'Lo, actually. I mean, I know there is some upset with him in the sense that he had games where he had 0 points, and that is really unacceptable. However, it all leads back to coaching. You know, your ability to see what's going on with your team, your players, and say, hey, I see you're doing this, you're forcing shots. Take the shots that you know you can make. Stop forcing shots. It's going to continue to make the other team have the ability to score or rebound, and an opportunity for them. And we were, like I said, we were up for the majority of the time, and so losing this series was kind of painful to know, because we did have the ability to beat this team and go to the next round. More frustrating is the amount of injuries that we kind of gave in the Nuggets. You know, KCP was out at that point with an ankle. Jamal Murray was calf strain, but happened to have his best game in Game 5 against us, which was wild to me. But either way, it's frustrating because now we have weakened this team, a championship team, to go to the next round, which obviously I am going to kind of watch. I mean, it's kind of hard to watch basketball games knowing that the Lakers aren't in it anymore, so I try to watch. Obviously, they lost against the Timberwolves, which some people are happy about. They want them to lose. I feel the way of, if we lost to this team, I want to be the team that we lost to be the championship. And I know people won't agree with that, but why would I want the Nuggets to lose? Because at this point, it's saying that we would have been beaten by the Timberwolves. I mean, I don't think that's probably anywhere accurate. However, Ant has been going off, so it's exciting to see people are, comparing him to the next Michael Jordan or Kobe, which I am a huge Kobe Bryant fan. So I'll be watching the series just to see how, he plays this game in Game 2. Tell me what you guys think. Do you want the Nuggets to win? Or are you like, the Timberwolves beat them because you're still upset with how we lost? Obviously, at the end of the day, new coaching. Again, I do think that if we have a new coaching staff and you keep this team together, we have a great opportunity. I know some people want to just ship as many players possible to get Trae Young. I don't think that's smart in the long run, because again, we have no depth, and you get rid of all the players for one player, and it's not a solution. I mean, again, getting a good coach makes this team a huge difference to begin with, and I wish that would have happened prior to going into the series. So either way, I hope you guys have a great Monday. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys going for the Nuggets? Are you going against Timberwolves? Or you're just kind of like me, kind of don't really want to watch the games, and it just makes me kind of bummed out because, this team could have been that team. All right, guys, have a good one.